April 1st is a bane on all our houses. A day that used to be about spreading mirth through harmless pranks and jokes has grown into a monster that I dread every single year. A day where you simply cannot trust anything that you see, especially with the growth of social media allowing misinformation to spread further than ever before, and the games industry is not free from this menace, as we try to pass our way through the ever-flowing sludge of jokes, pranks, and just straight-up lies, to try and work out if Hollow Knight Silksong getting an Xbox page is actually legit, and even more, does it actually mean anything? But I, and by extension you, for clicking on this video, are no fool. And as much as I do occasionally loathe April Fool's Day, you can't deny that every single year, the cream of the crop gets better and better. So with that in mind, and with the worst day of the year for those of us who make videos about games for a living firmly behind us, let's take a look at the best and the worst gaming April Fool's jokes of 2024. Number 1, IGN revealed the Virtual Boy Pro. First up, you gotta give props to those who go out of their way to make something so outlandish yet professional that it could be true if you just don't think about it too hard. Step in then IGN, who exclusively revealed the Virtual Boy Pro, a VR headset style device akin to the Apple Vision Pro that docks straight into your Nintendo Switch, adding an augmented reality spin to all your favourite Nintendo games and even turning your landlord into Tom Nook. It's the kind of thing you could definitely imagine Nintendo attempting. Augmented reality, not Tanuki-based transmogrification, but alas, 'twas but a fool of the April variety. Since the Switch has no rear-facing camera and having the console attached to your head like that wouldn't exactly be comfortable, but still, fair play IGN, that's some commitment to the bit. Number 2, Discord accidentally viewbots themselves to a 600 million view YouTube video. So, this is a weird one. Discord had their own little attempt at an April Fool's joke by adding joke loot boxes to the app, which, disregarding the fact that this does feel like the kind of thing a gaming adjacent company might try to get away with nowadays, is a gentle enough joke in itself. The real fun is that the video on YouTube is currently sat at over 600 million views, and it's not because the 15-second video is an absolute riot. Discord have just accidentally viewbot. Since the video plays automatically and is embedded in a Discord pop-up that everyone gets, and it keeps playing in the background if not dismissed, some weird bit of wizardry in the back end has meant the video views continuously rise and rise, making the Discord April Fool joke video technically a world record holder, getting the most views in 24 hours of any video ever uploaded to YouTube. Happy April Fool's Day, Discord. Number 3, the Cyberpunk 2077 floppy disk. Now Cyberpunk 2077 is big. 70 gigabytes to be precise if you want to install the game on your console right now, and as anyone who grew up in the 90s to early noughties will tell you, that's a lot of floppy disks. For those born after the year 2000, a floppy disk was what we used to store all our data on, from games to school stuff. We used to get one with our names on it in primary school. They were a lot of fun. Oh, I've lost you, haven't I? Never mind. Basically, to get the true Cyberpunk 2077 experience, you'd need 97,619 3.5-inch diskettes to allow you to install the game. Now, we don't imagine CD Projekt Red actually did this for the purposes of the April Fool's picture, but imagine if they did. Now that's a collector's item worth hunting down. Number 4, Overwatch April Fool's patch breaks the game in a good way. Say what you like about Overwatch 2, but the devs over at Blizzard do tend to get April Fool's Day. What that says about the state of the game is up to conjecture, but they blew it out of the water again with this foolishly silly update. Not only by adding googly eyes to every character model, that's a given, but bringing back the April Fool's specific voice lines, including new ones for the latest heroes to hit the game, and a whole set of balance updates and patch notes specifically for the April Fool's playlist. Changes included giving Diva's self-destruct a 900% boost to knockback, magnetizing Junker Queen to where her knife was thrown rather than the other way around, making it so hitting an enemy who is on fire in the game would actually set them on fire if you hit them with Mauga, making Brigitte way bigger and swapping Moira's primary and secondary fire around. Honestly, some of the April Fool's changes, unironically, might have made the game better. Number 5, Palworld's April Fool is exactly what everyone thought it would be. In a Monster Hunter with a specific pal in it that likes to try to sleep with its owner, Palworld's big new update being a dating sim was never really going to be a surprise, was it? Some players had already fallen in love with their pals, raid boss and resident Grisbolt enjoyer Zoe, or in fact, the famous Black Marketeer. So, you know, why not give the people what they want? Oh, and speaking of which, obviously there's an 18+ adult version. Obviously. Cringe and predictable as this April Fool was, there's a certain style in knowing your audience, and a certain creeping feeling that suggests if this was real, it'd sell as well as the original Palworld did. Number 6, Minecraft is Potato SpiderMan now. Ah, Minecraft. The finished game that must constantly create new content lest its people's cups runneth dry, the devs went a bit wild with this year's April Fool's offering. Normally, poisonous potatoes have a very small chance of dropping when you're harvesting potato plants, and you can eat them to restore slightly more hunger than usual, with the added thrill of a small chance to be poisoned. It's one of the game's more niche items, shall we say? So obviously, creating an entire poisonous potato dimension, with new biomes filled with potatoes, potato-skinned mobs, and potato-based items, was the obvious choice for Minecraft's big content update. Oh, and they added SpiderMan swinging, in the form of a potato-themed item, of course. It's a great bit, but what makes it especially funny is that the swinging mechanics are actually sound, work as intended, and are properly fun. Now that is an April Fool's I can get behind. And finally, Hollow Knight Silksong finally gets an update. No, really. Well, sort of. Posting anything official on April Fool's Day is a very risky business. But Hollow Knight broke the mold yesterday when a new Xbox store page for Silksong appeared out of nowhere. It's not much to go on. Well, in all honesty, it's basically nothing to go on, except finally a new crumb of information and hopefully an implication of more details about the game coming soon. The last we heard, the developers said they would not speak on the game until it was ready for release. So fingers crossed, with its official page up and running, that time has come. A little unfortunate it landed on April Fool's Day, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. So there you go, some of our favourite, best, cringiest, worst attempts at April Fool's jokes and the hilarious consequences they brought onto our lives. It's fun, really. Let us know which gaming April Fool's joke made you laugh / ruined your day the most down in the comments. And while you're with us here at GGRecon, YouTube is recommending this perfect video for you from our archives, so why not check that out here.